And we just love seeing all of you that are curious about the program. I'll try to stay on time, and just for purposes of the meeting, I do have a little slide deck that we'll go over. We'll talk a little bit about the ITM career. We'll talk a little bit about our program and give you a nice good overview. We'll talk a little bit about the admissions process and some resources that are available to you. And then the rest of the time will be for questions that you might have regarding the ITM program. So first and foremost, hello to everyone. I am Michelle Bellamy. I am the Program Director of the Masters of Science program here in Information Technology and Management. And this is our monthly webinar to talk about our program. I'm going to go ahead and just quickly share my screen with you. And then hopefully you'll be able to see that. Give me just 1 second, a little bit of technical difficulty here. Yep. All right, hopefully everyone should see a slide that says we'll start in just a few minutes. Well, we already did start. Yes. And we already did talk about the agenda. So we are ready to roll. So that's your lovely picture of me. Another person on the call that I would like to introduce you to is Donna Nix. She is our program manager. She is a wonderful resource for you guys. I promise you, she knows so much about the program. And if you have any questions that I can't answer, I'm sending you to Donna because she knows a ton of information regarding our program. She's a wealth of knowledge and a fantastic resource. So Donna, you want to say hi to everyone?
Good morning, everyone, or good evening as the case may be, depending upon where you're located in the world. I am Donna. I am the program manager for the ITM program. I'm sure I probably corresponded with some of you already. Look forward to helping you out as much as I can.
Thank you, Donna. We also have a couple of our SLC members on the call with us. These are students that have been working in the program and pursuing the master's degree, but they're also part of our Student Leadership Council. They're ambassadors of the program, and they're great resources as well if you just need to ask a peer a question, or maybe you can't quite get in touch with me or Donna, and it's something you need a question answered right away. They're fantastic resources. They'll help mentor you through the program. And I think that we have Aditya and Anand on the call with us. If you guys would like to say hello really quickly, I'll stop sharing my screen and allow you to come on and say hi. Maybe they're on, maybe.
Hi, Professor. Good morning.
Hi, good morning.
Hello, everyone. So yeah, welcome to today's session, and I'm very sure that it's going to be very insightful. So yeah, looking forward to help you guys in any way that I can.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Professor Bellamy, and thank you so much, Professor Dominic. Hello, guys. We are here to help you guys, and I'm pretty sure that this session will help you in every way possible, and looking forward to the session.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Hello, everyone.
All right.
Am I?
Hello. Hello.
Audible? Yes. Hi. Hi, Bellamy. Hi, Michelle. Hi, Donna.
Hi.
I'm also a part of SLC, and definitely I'm here to help you guys out. So whatever questions you have, please don't hesitate to reach out, and I'm sure you'll have a fantastic time and you will learn a lot in this meeting. So have a good one.
All right. Thank you so much. All right. I'm going to share my screen back with you guys again. And so I put this slide in here because I wanted to share with you that this choice of program has quite a lot of potential for career opportunity. As you can see, our average annual salary is around 109,000 for careers in this field, and we're one of the fastest growing industries in our area. So we do have a lot of space for careers after finishing this degree. And here in just a minute, I'll talk to you about internship opportunities and job placement as part of our program. And you can see, as being part of our business college, the careers in business are among the top degrees currently. And as part of JSOM, you're really in an elite school of business. So why would you want to choose a Master's of Science program now? You've already finished your undergrad and you might be working a job and you're thinking, why do I want to do this? Well, here's a couple of reasons why. Our MS has the STEM designation, which gives you recognition globally that you have acquired the technical skills and knowledge to be a leader in your field. We have one of the shorter master's programs around with 36 hours to complete an MS and 53 credit hours for an MBA. You can do a double MS MBA with this program. And these essentially just help you stand out. As part of our degree, we also have an internship requirement. That means when you graduate with the degree, your employers know that you have the relevant technical knowledge and experience, but we've also given you application of that technical knowledge and understanding. So when your employer looks at you holistically, they're going to see not only do you have the relevant skills and knowledge, but you have applied it in an experiential way in your internships. That makes you more marketable as a candidate for employment. Unemployment continues to be low here in the US, so the master's degree will help you in that regard, help you be an outstanding candidate. Why would you pick UT Dallas? Well, we're number 13th in the nation for MS ITM programs, and we're number 2 for research faculty. That means our research faculty are amongst the most productive in the world. So not only do you have an outstanding academic program, you have faculty that are knowledgeable and subject matter experts in their fields of study, helping you navigate this program and teaching you these courses. We like to track what our students do after, right? We're very acutely aware that you want a return on your investment. So when you complete the program, Donna does a fantastic job of following up with graduates to find out where they're getting jobs, how long it's taking them to get jobs, and how much they're getting paid. And so you can see that all of the top Fortune 500 companies hire our graduates. Some of the top roles that we've had for fall 23 are software engineers, product managers, business analysts. We had 229 students graduate this past fall, and 94% of them had full-time jobs within 6 months, with an average base salary of just over $92,000. So that's pretty good, right? We focus on that because we know that our students come to complete this program mostly with the idea of getting a good job at the end of the day. And so we track that information and we share that with you. We post it on our website so that you can see how our students are doing after they graduate and what they're doing. A big part of what makes our students so successful in finding full-time jobs is our internship stats. So our students not only are getting jobs after the fact, but during their program, you're also getting these wonderful internships. We do require it, but most of our students go far beyond that, and they do multiple internships during their program. And you can see that most of our students are making, a very decent salary of, $27, $28 an hour. And some of the highest salaries we've seen are upwards of $75. And our students are getting internships at places that you recognize: Tesla, Amazon, Copart, and even here at UTD. And you can see the numbers of internships that we have across the board there. So we're trying and very focused on making sure that not only are you learning what you need to learn, but you're able to apply those skills so that you can seek careers and employment after the fact. So that's a little bit about the career itself and what the program offers you. So let's talk a little bit about academics, where the rubber meets the road. So you say, yeah, I want to do this program. What are the courses look like? How am I going to finish this degree? So our program is very flexible. We work really hard to make a program so that you can curate exactly what it is that interests you. We have several different modalities available. You can come to class and be in person for your classes. You can take several of those courses online and pursue it that way. The required, we have 36 required hours. 18 of those credits are core courses that everyone takes. The other 18 credits are electives. And as I said earlier, you do have the option of having a dual degree. We offer a ton of electives in order for you to pursue what you're interested in. There are 7 different tracks and more electives than you could finish in one master's degree. So that really helps you build those relevant skills through these hands-on courses to solve those problems that your employers, your future employers are looking for you to solve. And it really helps you build a path based upon what you're currently interested in. And like I said before, we do have the required internship, and we do make that a little confusing for you, but we'll answer your questions when we get there. As you can see here are core courses plus the tracks that we have for elective courses. We have 3 core courses that everyone must take: object-oriented programming, database foundations, but we even do give you a little option there. It is a database course. We give you 2 options. And then there is a systems analysis and project management course that everyone must take. And then you get to pick 3 courses from 3 different areas. So what's listed here on the chart are the areas. So under each area, under each business core, there are multiple classes for you to pick from. And you can pick from any business area that you'd like. You could pick 1 class from statistics, 1 class from organizational behavior, and 1 class from real estate. So you pick the courses that are interesting to you. The most important part is that it's from 3 classes from 3 different areas. And then once you've met all of your core courses, core credits, then you can pick elective courses from any one of our tracks. Our tracks are simply there to help you align the courses with field of interest, right? But you don't have to pick a track and only take electives from 1 track. You can take them from any track. So you have 6 classes that you would take. You could take 2 from enterprise system, 1 from cybersecurity, and then 3 from cloud computing. You can mix and match your electives any way you'd like. In addition to that, 2 of those 6 electives are what we call free electives. So if there's something outside of our track, somewhere else in JSOM that you're interested in, JSOM is the Naveen Jindal School of Management that we're part of, you can pick any other graduate level class that is offered within the School of Management as one of those 2 free electives. You can't go outside of our school over into computer science or somewhere else, but you can choose 2 courses that are not within the ITM elective tracks. I hope that makes some sense. And when I say free, I don't mean tuition free. I mean, they're just free for you to choose what you would like to do. A little bit about our tracks. You can see we have 7 different tracks. We've tried really hard to curate courses and curricula that align with our student interests. So in enterprise systems, you're looking at SAP and developing large-scale solutions. Business intelligence and analytics is all about the data and decoding that data and using that data to help you drive business decisions. Cybersecurity management's just like it sounds. We're focused on developing a systemic approach to an organization's security and how to protect it from cyber threats. It's not quite as technical as the cybersecurity program in computer science. This is where you learn how to manage risk and assess a business's vulnerabilities and how to protect it and really manage cybersecurity policy. We have a product management track that teaches you how to develop strategies and the life for developing a product and the life cycle of product development. Consulting services and management is if you wanted to serve in an advisory or consulting position and help a business align their technology strategies with their business processes. Healthcare systems is just working in that medical environment and focusing on the implementation and usage of technology. And then cloud computing are, developing our policies and strategies for controlling and securing cloud services. So hopefully that gives you a little bit more insight on our tracks. Our internships and micro credentials are far and wide. For every one of those tracks, we have a graduate certificate available. So a graduate certificate is just a small bit of the courses, and it has slightly different requirements, but you can earn those graduate certificates in those tracks, and those are basically seals of approval that you can take with you that make you more marketable in the career space. If you think you're interested in those graduate certificates, we encourage you to read more about that, and we'll be sharing that information with you as well. Our internships, especially for our international students, there are rules that come around that. Donna is your subject matter expert on this. She is fantastic at helping our students navigate this process. But one thing that I did want you to know is that you do need to complete 2 long semesters before you can apply and be eligible for your first internship. So that is there for you to see, and we'll talk more about that here in a little bit. All right. So I know that was a little bit of a mouthful, but we'll talk about admissions here in just a minute. And then I wanted to just take a quick break. I'm going to stop sharing my screen and take just a quick break and ask you guys if you have any questions at this point.
Hey, Michelle, thanks for the information. So, just a quick question. So, basically, you've mentioned that we're eligible to do few courses online and few in person if we wanted. So, I was just wondering, I'm really not sure, as of now, if I'll be going completely online or will I be having in person as well based on my situation. But is it possible for me to take the first semester online and, maybe think about it and do the next semester in person, like few courses, or can I continue online for the whole program?
Well, the answer depends on your situation. So I'll try to answer the question in 2 different ways. So yes, you can complete the entire degree online. Not all of our courses are offered online, but most of the courses to complete let me say it a different way. You can complete the whole degree online, but not every elective is offered online, if that makes sense. Whether or not you can participate in online classes is dependent upon your visa status. Does that make sense? So it depends
Yeah, I'm
on your
actually on H4.
H4. So Donna is nodding.
And H4 is considered a domestic student for purposes of enrollment. So yes, you would be able to take all of your classes online if you wanted to.
Oh, great. Yeah, I see that there was a breakdown of courses based on fall, spring, and summer. So I guess I just have to plan it accordingly. Is that right?
You
Okay.
got it.
Yes.
Yeah, and for internships purpose, do you guys help with that, or is it like we have to do everything on our end?
Helping is an understatement.
I mean, helping as in
We,
is there
yes,
specific
We
resources?
don't
Like,
actually provide you with an internship. but we will provide you with all of the necessary tools to find one. We have career fairs. Our Career Center works with a lot of employers. They come to campus for various things. The student orgs work with various companies. So there are a lot of networking opportunities. So while we won't find each and every one of you an internship, we provide you with the tools necessary to find an internship.
Okay, great. Yeah, that's what my question is. Yeah, thanks for that.
Yes, and then, we take into account that it can be a challenging process, and there are even different opportunities available for you on that internship. So there are 3 classes that we have available that are approved substitutes, if you will. So say you're a student that has been online and you want to complete the degree online and you're struggling to find an internship, then we have options available for you to take that are approved substitutes for that. So we are here to help you through the entire process. We won't just say you need to go get this internship and then we kind of cut you loose and make you fully responsible for everything.
Got it. Got it. Sorry, one last question. So if
Sure.
I choose to do everything online, are there any like opportunities that prevent me from attending in person, like attending any career fairs or anything like that? Like, is there any difference between an in-person student versus a completely online student?
No, not at all.
Okay.
All of you, whether you're regardless of what modality you choose, you're still a student in the MS ITM program, and you are afforded all of the same access to the resources and events that we have. So even if you were
Great.
if you were taking all of your classes online, you are more than welcome and encouraged to still attend in-person events.
Awesome.
Within
Thank you so
within the
much.
ITM program, we don't differentiate between online students and in-person students. Students have the ability to choose. They could do all online, they can do all in person, or they can do a combination of the two, whatever works best for them. The only caveat to that is for our students who are here on F1 visas, you must follow the enrollment requirements for your visa. But we don't
Oh,
differentiate between the different modalities and students taking courses in the different modalities.
great. Thank you.
All right. Do you have any other questions at this point on the program itself?
Yes, Michelle. This
Yes,
is
go
Shashank.
ahead.
Yeah, good morning. So my query was relating to the courses, especially the second part, which had enterprise systems, cloud computing, learning parts.
Mhm.
So with my current experience, my domain involves working on both these parts. So is it possible to take the courses in a combination from both these tracks?
Yes, of course. Here, actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull up our web page and share that with you, and you can see the courses that we offer in our electives.
So we can just cross.
So if I scroll down here, and everything is posted on our website for transparency. Any of you guys can go out here and see the degree plan and the curricula, but it is rather lengthy. So that's why I like to summarize it on the sheet. But as you can see, when we get down to electives, I'm going to try to scroll a little bit slowly. We have tracks. Here's the enterprise system track that you were talking about. And
Yeah.
you can see how many courses we have under here for you to be able to choose from. And then we
Yeah.
also have quite a lot in the business intelligence and analytics. And like I said, you have 6 courses that you can pick to complete your degree. And you can pick those 6 courses from any track. You can mix and match and combine them in any way you like.
Yeah. Yeah. Sounds good. Now I'm clear. Thanks, Tim.
Okay. All right. Do you have any other questions at this point on the
Yes,
program?
I do.
Yeah,
I do.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, this is Suresh Kumar Chinnappa from Bangalore, India.
Welcome.
Yeah, thank you. So I have one quick question here in the page that I'm seeing in. Is it possible for me to take all 6 electives from one track alone if I am interested in.
Yes, absolutely.
Oh, okay.
Absolutely. Say you wanted all of your electives to be in business
Business
intelligence and
yeah.
analytics. You could absolutely do that.
Thank you for that. And I do have a couple of questions more.
Okay.
I would be starting my I-20 process in a couple of weeks. So if at all I require any help, who should I reach out to? Anybody, any contact that I can reach out to, an email ID or something like that, so that I can follow up and get my questions answered for that. And
You bet.
my
Yes, we have what we call the ISSO. It's our International Students Office. They are wonderful resources in helping you. And Donna usually has the email or the email address and the website handy right away. She'll pop that in the chat for you. But
Please.
there is a lot of information on this site. This group is dedicated to assisting our international students with the process and helping to get you here. And they have all the requirements listed out for you. They have a chat box. You can even talk to an advisor to help you through the process.
That sounds great. I do have one more question too.
Mhm.
So I would like to know about any part-time job opportunity on campus.
Well, we do have a process for that. There are some rules around students with visas when you can take an on-campus job, and there are also rules around having an on-campus job and internships. Essentially, we only let you do one of those at a time, but there are some very specific rules regarding that. But there are on-campus jobs that are available. And you are, once you meet all the requirements, you're allowed to apply for those through a tool that we call Handshake. And then you would be employed on campus at that time.
Sounds great. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thanks for joining us today. I saw in the chat there was a question on what's the minimum number of courses am I supposed to take for each semester? Well, that's a little tricky to answer because it depends on each person's situation. But we like to say the rule of thumb is 9 hours at least. You take one elective, one core course, and one business core course, if that makes sense. Donna, do you have
Now, if
anything
you're
to add there?
Yeah, only if you're a domestic student and you're working full time, you're not required to take 9 credit hours. 9
No.
credit hours is considered full time. If you are on an F1 visa, 9 credit hours is mandatory. If you're a domestic student who's working full time, you can take one class, which is 3 credit hours, 2 classes, which is 6 credit hours. You can go part time if you are a domestic student. So I said F1 visas have very strict enrollment requirements of a minimum of 9 credit hours. Domestic students not on visas have different rules.
I see a hand raised there.
Yeah, I have my
Kazoka,
hand
go
up.
ahead.
I have a question around the internships.
Mhm.
Is an internship mandatory?
It is a requirement, but I say that, but we have several different options. So for example, say you're a student who already has a full-time job. We're not
Right.
going to ask you to quit your job to go fill the internship requirement. We do have an option available called internship experience that allows you to work on a project with your current employer as long as it is relevant to our curriculum and it's been approved.
Okay. And then my other question is on the classes. When you're enrolling into these classes, is there a particular order you're supposed to follow? Like, is there
No,
a class
there's
that precedes another, or
there's only one prerequisite that stands out in my mind, and that is in statistics. But there is no specified order per se that you need to take anything. Again, the rule of thumb is to take a core course, if my screen is still sharing, so I can scroll up here and you can see the core courses. So the rule of thumb would be to start with one of the core courses, so say object-oriented programming in Python, and then you would pick one of your 3 required courses from a business functional area below, and then you would pick one of your electives. That's the rule of thumb.
Okay. Thank you for that.
You're welcome. I see a Izoko, if you wouldn't mind putting your hand down. Dinetra, did I say that correctly? I see your hands up.
Denitra.
Denitra, thank you.
I really appreciate the time. So thank you. This is really helpful. I have a couple of questions because I am someone who I'm already in the workforce. I'm looking to actually change careers. And this is all really helpful, especially with the internship. For someone like myself who is working full-time and wouldn't be able to do one of those projects where it's a project with my current employer, would you be flexible to help me find an internship that maybe I could do outside of my work hours on top of my full-time job? Or have you all run into that situation?
I'm sure we have run into that situation in the past. I can't recall one that I've been aware of within the last couple of months. But I would say from a personal perspective, having been a full-time employee and a full-time mom and a full-time student at the same time, that would be really challenging to then put an internship on top of that. A lot of our internships do work, several hours a week. It could be anywhere between 5 to 20 hours a week. That might be a lot. I'm not saying it's not possible, but we would help you pursue whatever it is that you think is in your best interest, and we would help guide you through that. And maybe there is a possibility of an internship that only works a few hours a week that is manageable and that you could do. But we also have the other option available if we have 3 courses that are available that meet our internship requirement as well, that you could look at taking one of those courses, and that would meet your internship requirement and count towards your degree. So there are options available if you feel like doing a project with your current employer wouldn't work. Then we do have those available, and we will help you through the process as much as we can.
Okay, I appreciate that.
And everyone needs to keep in mind, you cannot do an internship in your first semester. So you have a little time to work this out and get the additional details, and we will be providing you all kinds of information. Domestic students must complete at least 1 long semester, and international F1 students must complete at least 2 long semesters before you're even eligible to apply for an internship.
Sounds
so
good.
we've got a little time. and Denitra, I'll say this as well. We have a fantastic student organization. So I'm sure that there's another student that has been in your situation or is currently working through the same issues you might have. And we have a peer mentor program, a faculty mentor program. And, of course, Donna and I are here. We all work together to provide that support network for our students because we are only interested in seeing you be successful. So we will support you and encourage you and help you navigate the process completely.
I really appreciate that. And a follow-up question to that, in addition to the online classes, how many of the classes are evening classes? Is that something that's common?
It's hard to give you a number percentage wise, but we do have a fair bit of evening classes. I'm still sharing my screen, so I'm going to pop over to Coursebook. And again, Coursebook is online and available to everyone. There is no sign-in for it or anything. You just type Coursebook there at the top and it will show you all of the courses that are currently offered. And there are filter options that allow you to pick the start time and the end time of the class. So say I work until 5 o'clock and I don't get home until 6. So the earliest I could start a class is at 6 p.m. Then I would put in MIS, which most of our courses have the MIS prefix. And I would say starts after 6 p.m. and I'm in fall 24, so we're going to search, and then it's going to take a minute, and it will pop up all of the classes that start after 6 p.m. It might be having a moment right now because we had a scheduled intranet outage planned for today, but normally that pops up lickety split, and you can see all the courses that are offered for certain filters that you apply. So there are a fair number of classes available in the evening. Some are blocked from 7:45 to 10, or later in the evening like that. But me personally, I've seen quite a fair number that are offered in the evening. As a matter of fact, several of our courses are taught by industry subject matter experts. So they are also at work all day, just like you might be, and then they come and teach a course in the evening. So we do accommodate, we try to schedule and accommodate all different types of students. So there should be plenty of options available for you.
This is extremely helpful. I was looking for this on the website before, and I was like, oh, I guess you have to be a student to be able to see it. But this is really helpful. I've already bookmarked it. So thank you so much.
Fantastic. Great.
I said, and I don't know why it's acting strange today. It tends to do that a lot when we have our webinars. It's really slow and hard to get into. But most of the time, Coursebook is very useful. You can do for times, you can do for online, you can do whole lot of different things with the different queries to help you find classes.
This is great. Thank you so much.
You bet. Let's see. I see another hand raised. Shashank? Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that. I had my questions answered. Thank you.
Okay. All right. Well, we're on a roll with you guys asking questions and getting what you need. So I'm just happy to sit here and answer any remaining questions that you all may have. The admissions process is fairly straightforward. I only had a couple of slides left on that. So if you're interested in applying, then you would fill out the application and you will hear back from the admissions team on decisions. As part of the admissions process, you have some required documents that you send in, including your transcripts, a personal statement, which is an essay, letters of recommendation. We are a test optional program, meaning that you are not required to submit a GRE or GMAT score. However, if you did really well on those tests and you think it would help your overall package, you're welcome to submit those. And then the application process, like I said, is very straightforward. Does anybody have any questions regarding admissions or application that I can answer?
Hello, I have one
Yes.
question.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, I wanted to ask how long does it take for them to take a decision, either you're accepted or rejected?
Well, that varies, right? Because we are a university that has what we call rolling admissions. Some universities have admissions only certain times during the year, so they receive all of their applications and make decisions at one point in the year. We do not do that. We do rolling admissions. So as applicants are submitting their packages, we are reviewing them and making decisions. I've seen them take as little as 3 or 4 weeks, and I've seen them take as long as a couple of months. It just depends on the volume and the time of year that you're submitting, because, right, we have some high volume times as we're leading up to the start of a semester. So it's as quick of a process as possible, but I would say at least a couple of weeks.
Okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm. And that's if your application package is complete and you've turned everything in.
I completed my application. I have even paid the fees and every single stuff.
Okay, very good. All right, any other questions at this point? You guys are
Well, I
great.
do have
Yeah,
a question.
go ahead.
Yeah, so just today I received an admit. So I wanted to ask if I'm eligible for any scholarships that I can apply for the spring 2025 intake.
Well, we do have a scholarship site where all of the JSOM scholarships and applications are available. The deadlines are listed there as well. So we will post that link in the chat for you so that you can go and take a look at those, and each one has its deadline. For most of our scholarships, it's one application, and you submit that. So take a peek there and you'll see all the deadlines and the applicable applications for you.
Okay, yeah. Thanks, Michelle. Yeah.
You're
I don't
welcome.
know if they've opened the ones for spring yet.
I don't think so. I think the
I
fall
think
ones
that's going to
just
be
closed.
early. Yeah, I think that it will be early September before they open the scholarship for spring applications. But I did post the link to the website.
So
So
the
just keep checking the
process
website for when the scholarship applications open for spring.
Okay, so I just need to fill out a form and they'll get back to me if I'm eligible and if I'm getting any scholarship, is it?
Well, when the application is open, you'll complete and submit the application, and then they will get back to you and let you know if you're selected.
Okay, yeah, sure.
And while we do waive test scores for application purposes, if you want to apply for a scholarship, you will need to submit either a GRE or a GMAT score. Those are still required for our scholarship purposes.
Okay, sure.
David, did you have a question?
Yeah, hello.
Hello.
Yeah, good afternoon. So my name is David and I'm from Ghana. I'm sorry I've not been able to ask any questions because I am at the workplace right now. And then right now, currently I am in the washroom and then I want to ask my question quickly.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, sure. So my question has to do with when I was filling my application, right? There was a portion where I was asked your current visa status. I mean, I was kind of confused with that, but then I remember I selected none, even though I saw the other visa type. So I just wanted to make sure if none was the right answer.
If not, so if you do not currently have a visa, yes, then you would select none.
Oh, okay. All right, sure. I mean, I just wanted to be sure on that part, even though I have already submitted my application. I'm yet to pay my application fee. I just wanted to gather more information with this information section. So thank you very much.
Absolutely. And David, we'll share our email addresses here in just a moment. So don't feel like if you don't have the opportunity to ask your question, you don't have to steal away to the washroom. You can reach out to us at any point and we'll be happy to answer your questions. You can just contact me or Donna and we'll make sure to address your concerns and any questions that you have, okay?
All right, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
All right, so I'm going to mute now and then go back to my.
Okay. Thanks for joining us today. All right, I saw. Yes, go ahead.
I have a quick question. Like,
Sure.
You said like GRE, GMAT are not required for this course, right? How about TOEFL or IELTS scores? Do we have to still write them and get the scores?
I'm sorry, I didn't quite understand your question. The GR. Go ahead.
For English, TOEFL and IELTS exams are there, right?
Oh, okay. I don't believe that they're required.
Yeah, I've seen
So
them, but
are you asking about English proficiency?
Yes,
scores?
and TOEFL.
It depends. You do need to demonstrate English proficiency. That can be done a couple of ways. One is test scores. There is a whole list of countries, depending upon what country you're from, that we accept that English is the native language there. And then you would not need to submit English test scores. So what country are you from?
India.
Okay, India is on the approved list. So no, you do not need to submit English test scores.
Thank you for the confirmation, Doc. Thank you, Michelle.
You're welcome.
I appreciate it.
I'm scrolling through the chat here to try to see if I've missed any questions. Tanya asks, is it mandatory to accept admission before applying for a scholarship? I don't believe it's mandatory to accept admissions, but I mean, you can fill out the application when it's open, but it's not currently open. You wouldn't be considered for a scholarship unless you were an admitted student. So I guess in that regard, it's mandatory, but the actual physical act of filling out the application, you can do. What requirements do we need to be eligible? The scholarship link that Donna posted will list for you the requirements on that webpage. I don't want to misspeak and state them incorrectly, so go have a look at that scholarship page. And then our SLC group, thank you for posting that, Donna. They are fantastic peers of yours that can help you through all of this process if you're interested in connecting with them and being able to talk one-on-one with a peer mentor. Please do fill out that form and we will have someone get back to you as soon as possible. Or you can reach out to me or Donna and we will help you through the process and answer any questions that you may have. Let's see, how long does I-20 take? That's a process that's not in our hands. So that really is dependent upon the I-20 process. I don't really have a good answer to tell you how long that takes. I've seen some go, pretty quickly and others drag on and take a while.
I did post a link to the ISSO average processing times webpage.
Yes.
Since it goes through there, they have average times, but please note yours could take more time, could take less time depending. But they do list their average processing times.
We're happy to help advise you on visa questions, but we always defer to the ISSO because they're the ones that are the most current and up to date on all of the regulations around that. So we will direct you to ISSO quite frequently, just because they're the best people to talk to about it. Can I know the cost per credit hour? Oh, that's a great question. I don't even know the answer to that off the top of my head.
It depends. The answer is it depends. Tuition varies on a number of factors. We have two different rate plans. One is a variable rate, one is a fixed rate. The variable rate is usually less to start with, but it has the potential to go up. Most of our graduate students do choose the variable rate because it's only a 2-year program. So the chances are it won't. And then it's based on number of credit hours you take. If you take 9 credit hours, there's a certain cost per credit hour. If you take 15 credit hours, the cost per credit hour goes down. I will post a link to the tuition page, and there's also a tuition calculator in there so you can figure out based on your particular circumstances, because there's a difference between if you're a Texas resident versus a non-resident. Whether you're taking online courses or in-person courses, there's different things. School of Management has additional fees. So I cannot give you a per credit hour number, but I will post the link. I will post the link to the webpage where you can find all of that information.
And we do have tuition estimate calculators available that admissions and the bursar's office put together and help you plan that. So that'll help you understand the cost up front. Mohsen, I saw your hand up, but it went down. I hope your question was answered. Okay.
Yeah,
and
I was gonna ask you, like, does UT Dallas provide institution for international students? Like, if you apply, and yeah, that's my question basically.
Okay, I think we talked about that mostly. Did we get you the answer you were looking for? Is there something else that you were
Like, as an international student, like the cost per course varies, right? As you mentioned. So I was like hoping, like, does we have a chance to get the institution for the, like, as a Texas residents and not the out-of-state tuition?
If you would need to apply for one of the JSOM scholarships, most of the scholarships come with in-state tuition rates.
So suppose like I applied for the scholarship but didn't get it. So what about that?
Then you're required to pay the out-of-state tuition fee.
Yes.
All right.
And I also believe that, correct me if I'm wrong, Donna, but if you apply for a TA position after your first year, right? We don't allow first years to apply for a TA position, but if you apply for a TA ship and you are chosen to fulfill that role, then TAs also receive in-state tuition.
Correct. TA positions also get in-state tuition. I did also just post a link to a financial planning webinar that we did for students that will give you some other ideas and options on ways to finance your education.
So
All right.
to summarize, Mohassan, you know, as an
Yeah.
international student, you have to pay the international tuition unless you can take advantage of these other opportunities to get the in-state tuition.
All right. So do we go like centrally about our TA positions, or like we come there, do the 1 semester, like the one course, then we apply for it? Like, do you have to apply beforehand or like
Yes, you do.
afterwards?
You have to apply each semester, and I will put the link to that page as well in the chat. You're not eligible in your very first semester, but you can start applying as of your second semester.
Okay. So I do have another question. Like, holistically, the school do accept the whole criteria package for us to get admission, right? So, like, unfortunately, I have a CGPA lower than 3. So I was hoping, like, I do have like work experience in the IT field for like 4 years plus, and I was hoping like, what are the things that I need to like put up to get an admission without GRE if it's possible?
Well, that's fantastic. So that's a great question. Thank you for asking that. We do look at our students holistically during the admissions process. There is no magic bullet that says, I have a GPA this high for my undergraduate, and I've done this, this, and this, and that's going to get me in, or that's going to get me excluded. We look at you holistically. So we take into account your statement of purpose, how you did in your undergrad and your graduate work that you've been pursuing, your work experience. And then we do read your essays and we read your letters of recommendation. So we look at you as a whole person, not just as numbers on a page. We look at you as a whole person, and the guiding questions are, can this person be successful in the program and achieve what their career goals are? And we're looking at all of the things that you submit, and we're making a decision based on that. So yes, we are taking into account your work experience. So, you know, say maybe you didn't do maybe your GPA is a little bit lower, but you have 4 or 5 years of work experience. Those are positives, right? So we take into account the whole package.
Thank you so much. And like, I was hoping to apply for the spring session for 2025. Could you, I'm sorry, like I actually just wanted to know like what's the deadline for the international student to apply, like to apply with everything they have, like is it October 1 or September 1? Sorry.
I don't have the spring deadline in front of me right now.
The application deadline for spring is October 1st.
Thank you, Donna.
All right, thank you so much.
She knows it by heart.
Yeah, thanks, Donna. Like, so I have to compile everything, all my recommendation. It's not necessary, then I have to do it. So do my maybe IELTS, because for Bangladesh, I don't think IELTS is like exempted. So I have to submit everything within October 1st, pay the application fee, and wait for the decision by the school, right? So
That's correct.
That's about it. All right, thank you.
You bet. Tanya, I've seen you've had your hand up for a little while there. Did you still have a question?
Hi, Michelle. Hi, Donna.
Hi.
I actually had few questions in mind, and I asked you a few in chat as well. Thank you for answering those. So currently I have got an admit from UT Dallas for the same course. I wanted to ask what are the next steps and what are the things which we are supposed to do?
Congratulations.
Thank you.
So the next step would be looking at your, well, first of all, are you an international or a domestic student?
Yes, international from India.
Okay. So then you would be working with ISSO to make sure all of your visa documents are in order and that, you know, you're ready to come to UTD. And then after that, the next thing would be looking at what courses you think you want to register for in the fall. So back on that coursebook webpage that I showed you, you can see what courses are offered when. So you could use Spring 24 as an example for what might be offered in Spring 25. And you can be looking at what courses you want to take and reviewing those syllabi so that you know what to expect in class, and even be reading on some of the professors that are teaching those classes. And beyond that, preparing yourself to move across the globe. So there's quite a lot that has to happen between now and then. So those would be the next steps.
Now, our intercultural programs area has a great checklist for you. I just posted the link in the chat. New international student checklist. It has pre-arrival, it has post-arrival, it has a whole list of things for you to consider. So I would suggest you check out that page, and that will give you all the information you need.
Yeah, it's a big, brave thing to move across the globe. So we try our best to help get you ready, and so there's no gotchas.
Definitely. Another thing I would like to ask is, like, since we are joining in the spring 2025, that makes it January, what are the opportunities, or what can we do during the summer break? Because I think we are not eligible for teaching assistantships and any other facilities.
That's correct. You're not eligible for a TA-ship until after your first semester. So if you're saying you're looking at starting in January?
Correct.
And what would you do during the summer after classes are over?
Yeah.
You can take classes during the summer. You're allowed. You're not required to take classes over the summer, because your first summer you won't be eligible for an internship. So your options would be, you could take classes. You might be able to get an on-campus position, an on-campus job, because you are eligible to work on-campus positions, or you could take the summer off and lay at the pool.
Or
which would be my choice.
Yeah.
But
or in addition to that, there are quite a lot of activities that happen on campus during summer. So that would be a great opportunity for you to really connect with student organizations and start networking and really find your tribe of people, so to speak, so that you can enjoy the student experience here on campus.
Okay, thank you so much. I'll have a look at that. Another thing I wanted to ask was regarding the on-campus jobs. So by when can we start applying for on-campus jobs?
You need to have access to Handshake, and you can't have access to Handshake until after you're enrolled in classes. Enrollment for spring semester usually starts the first week of November.
Okay. So by the time it's November, I am supposed to do my I-20 and visa thing for moving across. And we will be starting to get enrolled in the class since November.
Yes, you should. Yes. Enrollment will open in November. So assuming you have accepted your admit, you will be able to enroll in classes. I would recommend that you contact ISSO as soon as you can to get the I-20 process started, so you can get in and get your visa.
Okay, understood. So before that, is there any other registration process that goes in?
No, not if you've done your application, you've been admitted. It's really, you got to get your visa in order at this point, and then you can start looking at courses.
And we will be doing a webinar at the end of October that will be completely registration focused. It will give you all of the information you need to know about registering for classes. Our graduate dean's office usually does a webinar as well, and they will give you all the different ins and outs of how to register for classes for the upcoming semester.
Okay, that would be great. Also, last question. Is the enrollment for the classes based on first come, first serve basis?
First come, first serve basis. Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So just in case I'm late, I'll not be able to register
You
for the class.
You will get, there will be an enrollment, what we call an enrollment appointment. It's not technically an appointment. It's just the day and time after which you can register for classes. Those appointments are given out, those times are determined based on how many credit hours you've already completed. Those who are nearing graduation get the earliest time so they can make sure they get the classes required for graduation. As new incoming students, your appointments would be a little bit later than that. And so, yes, there is a possibility you might not get the exact professor that you want for a particular class, but we do have a lot of availability for our classes, and there are a lot of options and choices for students to take.
Okay, thank you so much. Another, just in case I wanted to speak with anyone, we can schedule a one-to-one appointment if I can mail Donna or Michelle.
Yes, I've already posted the make an appointment link in the chat. I will post that again.
Yes,
Yeah,
and so
Thank you
You
so much for
you can make an appointment, or you can reach out to us in email. We will share that for sure. And we are coming up on the hour, but Ashish has had the hand raised for a little while here, so I want to take the opportunity to answer their questions really quickly, and then we'll see what is left.
Okay,
Ashish, go
thanks,
ahead.
Michael. Yeah. So I just wanted to know whether the process of applying online remains same as in person, or it differs.
Or if it differs? I'm sorry, you cut out a little bit on me.
I'm just wanted to check whether the process of applying ITM online has compared to in person. The application remains the same process. The
It is the
application
same.
process.
Yes, it is the same. We do not differentiate between modality. So it's the same whether you decide to be online or in person.
Okay. And do we get the scholarship? Like, can I apply for scholarship for this online course as well?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. We don't differentiate within the ITM program between online and in person. It is the same degree whether you do all of your courses online, whether you do all of your courses in person, or whether you do them a combination of the two. So the application process is the same, graduation is the same, scholarships are the same. It is the same program, regardless of the modality of the coursework.
Okay. So can I complete this course being in India? As like I'm from India, so can I complete this course by being in India, or how is it?
You can complete the degree program as long as you plan to stay in India. You can complete the program.
Yeah, I said you will not be able to complete the program and then get an F1 visa to come here to work.
Okay, got it.
Because the purpose, the F1 visa is an educational visa, which is why there are a lot of rules regarding work when you're on an F1 visa. So while you can complete the program online in India, you won't be able to use the program to work on OPT after you graduate. Because at that point in time, there really isn't a purpose for you coming here other than work, and that's not the purpose of an F1 visa.
Okay, got it. Thanks.
All right, guys. Well, we have gone over our hour just a little bit, and I know your time is very valuable. A lot of you are working professionals. So I'll just wrap up by saying thank you for joining us today. You guys are very engaged and had lots of great questions. If there's anything that you need from us, if you think of another question, in another couple of days and you're like, gosh, I wish I had asked that, please feel free to reach out to us and we will make sure to get back to you. Like I said a couple of times, we are really only interested in seeing you be successful in this program. So we are here for you to support you and help you navigate your way all the way from start and being admitted to graduation on the green. And we are just excited for you to be potential comments and look forward to seeing you. So please feel free to reach out if you have any questions and have a great day. Thanks so much for joining us, guys.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Michelle and Donna and all.
Have a great day, guys.